Everybody, this is Jeff Veale, the business guru, and today I'm about to meet up with someone with a story worth telling, right? So, welcome to the 15 Minutes of Fame, the podcast where ordinary people stop being invisible and start being remembered. And my guest today has been, oh God, I'm having issues here with my computer. Come on, stop. My guest today is Mr. Michael Steele. Michael's a fellow Australian. He's the founder and director of a business company named Making Sense of I.T. And if you're anything like me, don't make any sense of IT. That's why you hire people like Michael to look after it all for you, right? Years in the industry, 30 plus. So he probably knows a little bit about it by now. Brief description: IT and cybersecurity advisory and consulting. So, guys, if you've got a problem, here's the man. Jump on a phone call. Here's the man who can possibly fix it for you. And I guarantee you, if he can't fix it, he'll know someone who can. It's pretty much that simple, right? Brief description: cybersecurity, as we said, cybersecurity advisory and consulting, key achievements or projects. Worked for the office of global CIO in Amsterdam for KPMG, who you guys know are the big four. Personal motto or philosophy: never tell me something can't be done, or I'll just get up and do it. Right? Interesting fact about himself. He's going to tell us that later. But in the meanwhile, it's my great pleasure to welcome to the stage Mr. Michael Steele. How are you, Michael?
I'm very well, Jeff. How are you?
I'm going awesome. You working from home today or the office?
From home. From home.
Like me, I just had lunch. I love the freedom aspect of these jobs we have. Tell us about your
Yeah.
journey and what inspired you to pursue your current career all those years ago. What happened?
Uh, from a young age, I've always liked computers.
Hmm.
Um, and when I was about eight, I
Wow.
decided to pull. I decided to pull apart a Commodore 16,
Right.
and I completely ripped it apart. It was on my bedroom floor. My mum and dad walked in, and I got yelled at.
Yeah.
But about 5 minutes later, I had it back together, and I was playing a game again. So I was just inquisitive as to how it all worked,
Pretty
and
cool. So
that's
you're a nerd a long time ago. You're a nerd before nerds were around.
pretty much, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always liked computers and figuring out how things work and how it all fits together and what happens if I press this button or
Yeah.
click this button and see if it all falls apart and try and fix it.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever done it. You remember the old Meccano sets?
Yes, I
I've
do. I
done
used to
that.
have some.
Yeah, I did the old Meccano sets for a while, but it bored me. I wasn't techie. I was more of a mouth rather than a techie guy. What's been the most challenging aspect of your work, and how have you been overcoming that?
Well, for me, the most challenging thing for me is I have a stutter.
Really, I didn't
And
notice yet.
yes, I do have a stutter. When I get anxious or nervous, it does come out.
Yep.
I've worked on it for years to try and sort it out and to try and mitigate it the best I can.
Hmm.
It stopped me in high school and school, like standing up in front of and talking to people and being on the phone and all that sort of stuff. I used to hate public
Public speaking.
speaking, but
Yep.
now I'm comfortable enough to be able to stand up in front of a group of people and teach something or talk about
Yeah.
something or do something like this. Years ago, this would have scared the absolute crap out of me.
Yeah. It's funny. It's like a
You know,
trigger in your head, isn't it? When you think about it, it becomes like a trigger. It happens. If you don't think
yeah,
about it, away you go. That's probably why
yep,
we went so well early. You didn't miss a beat, right?
that's
Um,
right. Yeah,
Tell us an important moment in your career, Michael, where you pretty much pivoted. You probably had a few different pivots, I guess.
there are a couple of pivots, but there's the two that I can think of was being told probably around about back in 2018, 17, something like that,
Yeah.
maybe even a bit earlier. Um, that why was I still doing jobs as a IT support engineer
Yeah.
when I was when I was producing work and producing solutions like I was an architect.
Yes.
So that got me thinking as to okay, well, if people are telling me that I'm an architect, then why am I doing architect work?
Yeah.
So that was one thing, and then another one was one of the guys from Amsterdam, another Aussie. Um, he came out to my wedding in 2018, and he told Mum this before anyway, but he said that your son can do anything he puts his mind to. There's nothing that he can't do. So I thought that was I felt pretty chuffed when I heard that, and thought, well, yeah, why can't I do anything? And why can't I run my own business? Why can't I get out on stage and do stuff? The only thing that's stopping me is me. Yes. So but here I am. So
what you decided, what you did like me, you decided to stop working for idiots and start working for a lunatic, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, chicken or feathers, guys. Believe it, chicken or feathers when you first go out. You know.
Yep.
And you've got to make it work. That's what's fun about it. You've got to make it work. Tell me, in your opinion, what are the key qualities or skills that have contributed to your amazing success? What do you believe they are?
My perseverance.
Yeah, nice.
Being able to able to stick at something until I learn it to a point where I know it and am able to talk about it in a way that people can understand. So I won't go if I'm going to go and sell a product or talk about a product.
Yep.
I'm not going to go out there and go and stand in front of somebody and say, hey, this is the best product in the world when I've never used it.
Yeah, correct.
I need to be able to tangibly touch it, use it, break it, rebuild it, and then I can say, hey, this is good.
And what I love is you simplify it too. You don't talk jargon. You simplify. You talk to the common man. That's what you got to do. Because a lot of people don't know your industry buzzwords. I had one today. Funny enough, I was on and I did put my 77, and they were this woman kept on saying cohort. So I went off to ChatGPT later and said, is cohort common? And they said, oh, not really. Only in the industry. The word you should be using is group. I didn't know what it meant. She was talking about cohort. I generally did not know. At 77, and pride myself on being a gun marketer, didn't know the word cohort, but put my hand up. I learned that today, what a cohort is, and I'll never be using it.
Yeah. Well, I probably spit off a few IT acronyms that would make people's heads spin around and not stand. And that's not the point of it. The point of it is being able to explain something simple enough from someone to understand and go, you know what? Yeah, I do need that, or I don't need that, and that's a good enough reason. Yeah, you don't need to go into the technicalities.
Yeah, that's it. Nice. And I spoke to Michael off air. He's got fantastic empathy. He's a great listener, and I guess he's got to be in his industry. He's got to find out what your problem is, and then if you can explain your problem properly, he can possibly give you the solution. So I love it. Yep. Spoke to a chappie the other day in America, and he's got a great business. He does a lot of things remotely. He's got a service where he offers you like a year, either you pay per job or a yearly subscription, and he'll where possible he'll go in and play around remotely. This is for like mum and dads and that people like me. So I thought that was a pretty cool service. Tell us about you've done a lot. Tell us about a recent project or achievement amongst your many. Tell us one of the ones you're particularly proud of.
There's a couple I'm particularly proud of.
Let's hear them.
So, as I was saying to you before, I used to live in Amsterdam for 4 years back in the early 2000s. And I got the opportunity to go over there working for KPMG. I was on a massive, big project deploying Windows 95 and Office 2000. Now that's going back a few years.
That was a big deal then.
But I had to design it all, and with the help of some external third parties. But then I had to go fly around the country and teach people how to use it, how to deploy it.
Yeah, right. Can you come to the Philippines? Can you come? Yeah, I'm still learning.
Happily, if you want to pay for me to come over.
No problem. I've got some free accommodation for you. That's what we have got. Plenty, and some of that. Yeah, I love that story. I can imagine that too. It's a pretty big project when you think about it.
Yeah. it was a massive project, and through that, I was given the opportunity to go over and work in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Another achievement I'm proud of is my 3 kids.
Yeah, as you would be. Fantastic. How old are they?
Love them. Joshua's 6, Matthew's 3, and Rebecca is 8 months. She'll be 9 months tomorrow.
Fantastic. I'm glad you remember. People ask me, I got two
Yeah.
lovely daughters, and I can't tell you how old they are because they're growing up, of course. One's in her 40s and one's in her late 30s. That's all I can tell you. I can tell you when their birthdays are, but I can't tell you their age. I got to think about it too much. But they're
And
adults now.
My third one is starting my own business.
Fantastic.
I'm proud of that. I was able to go out and start it up and run my own business. So
pretty cool. Yeah, well, that's the best. And you know how good it is. You get away from this, guys. Once you start your own business, it's about passion, and you're not working. It's a passion, right? You put your head down. Michael, I'm sure Michael's you go down the rabbit hole about 2 PM, and you look up at 7 o'clock at night. You know, because it's a passion. You're not hating it. You're loving it.
Yeah, you're doing something you love, and that's the main thing. That's one thing I love about it, being able to do something that I love.
Yeah.
And being able to know that at the end of the day, I'm helping somebody else, and I'm not driving or being driven to drive a company agenda. I'm helping somebody else to get where they want to get to, and that's a big thing for me.
Yeah, I'm the real deal, guys. I've had five multi-million-dollar businesses. I was telling Michael earlier, I lost the whole lot when Scandemic came along. However, after that, I realized it's not about the money, it's about the freedom. So now this is my 6th big business. And this one, I don't do it for the money. I do it for the passion and the freedom. I get to choose. But I tell you what, it's the hardest of the lot because it's really hard, believe it or not, to get people to invest in themselves. They've just got the wrong mindset. So many people out there want everything for free, or, it's all on YouTube. You want to go and spend hours on it, or go straight to people like Michael and get your problem solved in, half the time or a quarter of the time that you would trying to do it yourself, and he'll do it properly. That's a big difference as well. Michael, tell us what advice those children of yours, when they're growing up, when they're 20, or a niece or a nephew comes to you tomorrow and says, what should I do with myself? I've just left school. What should I do with myself? Based on what you know now, what would your advice be?
My advice would be do something you love.
Yeah, find your passion. Find something you like.
Find your passion. Never give up.
Yeah.
I don't think you should ever give up. You should always learn.
Yeah,
always be learning. Trying to learn something else, and never be afraid to make a mistake.
Absolutely. And when you're 20, you've got plenty of time, guys. You can make all the mistakes in the world until you're 30, and you've still got your whole life ahead of you.
And the other thing too is, if you do make a mistake, own it.
That's it. Own it and learn from it.
Yeah, and learn from it. And if you make a mistake in your workplace,
put your hand up.
Own up to it. Put your hand up and say, it was me. I did it. I'm sorry. I'll
rectify it. I'll stay back and I'll rectify it to the best of my ability.
And you know what? 9 times out of 10, you don't get in trouble for it.
That's right.
Okay, well,
let's move forward.
They know. Yeah, they know you've made a mistake. They'll help you fix it, and they'll teach you how not to do it again.
Yeah, that's the one. Imagine you made a mistake with Microsoft and all that work you were doing for the whole KPMG crowd. That's what you call a mistake if you muck that up.
Yes. And trust me, when I was at KPMG, I made a couple of those, and I owned up to them, and they went, "Well, you shouldn't have done it, but let's just go off and fix it." And
yeah, that's right.
We'll show you.
Let's work on the solution. I'm self-taught, guys. I left school at 14. I do these funny things. One of them is this. I say every problem, think about this, guys, every problem has 10 solutions. So write them all down. Write down what you think the solutions are, then work your way through them, because the best one is number 1. The second best is number 2. Just keep going through the list until you find the solution.
And talking about self-taught, Jeff, I haven't been to uni.
Fantastic. What an accomplishment, my friend.
I learned everything about
by doing
that I know by doing. Like
Yeah.
I used to, there were times when I first started at a help desk in a company called Osborne Computers back in the 90s.
I heard that name. Yep, they were pretty big.
I got my own computer. I bought a couple of computers from them. I could borrow stuff from work and that sort of stuff. And I'd go home and
Play around.
build a network. I'd build a network. I'd install the servers and go, oh, what does that button do? Oh no. Oh, I'll have to
Start again.
have to rebuild it and start again. And that's how I went.
Yeah.
I
And when you learn the hard way, guys, you learn to be more careful and more thoughtful and don't jump the gun so quickly.
Yep. You take your time. That's another big thing too. Take your time.
Yeah, test and measure. I sent out very rare for me, by the way, guys. I sent out a message the other day to a whole group of people, and unbeknown to me, it worked 100 times before. The link didn't work, so I took it for granted. I sent it out with the link. Link didn't work. Luckily, people came back to me quickly and said, "Jeff, your link's not working," and I was able to go in and rectify it. But that shocked me to the core. I went, "Jesus, Jeff, you broke your own rule. Test and measure." Because I nearly always test the links because they can break. You leave. What happens? You cut and paste from guys. And you leave off a letter or a number, things like that. Or computers got a mind of their own. Michael can certainly tell you. Michael, looking ahead, you're only a young man. You're at base camp. What are your goals and aspirations for the future as you keep climbing that mountain?
I would love to be able to have my business recognized just by its logo.
I missed the last part. Recognized as?
No, just by its logo. You know how
yeah. Coca-Cola or Nike.
Yeah,
nice.
Like Coca. I just want my logo there, and people go, "I know that business. I know what they do."
Nothing stopping you, my friend. Nothing stopping you. Exactly. You know that. Exactly. I spoke to a very interesting gentleman the other day on the podcast, and I didn't know this. He sold sounds, and he sold the sound to Netflix. You know how it goes, da-dong, whatever. I can't remember how it goes. So that's what you're talking about as a brand. So you close your eyes, you hear that network. As soon as you hear that tune, you go, "Oh, where's the movie?"
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And to follow on from that, I want to create a future and a legacy for my kids.
Naturally, yeah, obviously. And you're doing that. I'm sure you're a good role model. I'm sure you'll do that, mate. But a good one for you now. Work on that brand and work on that sound. Add the sound to it now.
Yeah.
The sound's a cool one.
Got to find the right sound right now.
Yeah, just a little, another one. You might not be old enough. Do you remember a show called The Honeymooners? Jackie Gleason?
Yes.
You do? Anyway.
I do, yeah.
You grew up on it like me. Anyway, Ed Norton was his crazy buddy. And Jackie was in a talent quest, and he had to name that tune, right? And it was for $1 million. So he's working his way through all the things. And what used to happen is to drive him nuts. Ed, the nutty guy, if you remember, his offsider, he'd start off to he'd start every time he started the piano, he'd start off like that. Then the tune, like Moon River or whatever. Anyway, when they got to the $1 million question, it was name that tune. And it was the one that Ed, or his name was, Ed had always played at the start for years and years and years. And that's the only one he didn't know. So he said, who invented that tune? And he said his friend's name. Oh, was it Ed? No, it wasn't Ed. It was someone like Mozart or something. But that's a good story, a backstory about all that, So there you go, guys. Don't take things for granted. Tell our listeners, what's the best way to reach out and find out more about your remarkable services? By the way, do you help small people or just the big guys? Who do you help, Michael?
We help small to medium to mid-sized businesses, professional services businesses like lawyers, accountants, people that need
IT support. Yep.
We're more of a consulting and an advisory. If I need to do the support on a project or some work on an engagement, then yes, happy to do it. But we're more of a consulting and an advisory. So yeah, I really wanted to help the small the small to medium
You're like
businesses.
me, small business, yeah. They're the soul, they're the blood in the business world.
Yeah,
They're the blood.
correct. Correct. Like I've got 30 years, like you said at the beginning, I've got 30 years of enterprise IT experience.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of companies, I'll just say it like that, that don't have the proper cybersecurity, or they don't think that they need it.
Yes. That's all that happens.
Or they think the cybersecurity that they need is too expensive, and only the enterprise guy can have it, which is not true.
Wrong. No.
It's wrong. Like 43% of Australian companies last year were hacked.
Wow. And getting worse, no doubt. Some of these people out there are so clever, they can get around anything.
So 43% of them were hacked last year, and 60% of those companies never recovered. And
wow.
And of those, and the reason why those 43% of companies were attacked was because hackers want to get into the low-hanging fruit.
Yes.
Right? They don't care about the Commonwealth banks and the Westpacs, because they know they can go and get the guy that does their cleaning. They can hack their cleaning and get to them that way, or get to all of their clients, so on and so on and so on. So
amazing.
I want to bring what I know of IT from enterprises down to small, medium, mid-sized businesses, the common man, and help them to understand that just because you haven't been hacked doesn't mean you don't have cybersecurity. Because the one time when people want cybersecurity is after the fact that when they have been
a bit late then, you might have to start again. As you said, you might collapse your whole damn business, guys. So reach out, find out what you don't know. Michael's a cool guy. He's always up for a chat. Reach out, spend 10 minutes, have a virtual cup of coffee. That's what this is all about, guys. We'll be putting all of Michael's links in the bio under all his stuff, and you can reach out and have a talk to him and find out what he can do for you or your company. As I said earlier, if he doesn't know after 30 years, I guarantee you he'll know someone who does know what your issue is. Michael, before we wrap it up, tell us a fun fact about yourself that apart from the fact you were a nerd when you were 8, tell us a fun fact about yourself that most people do not know.
I was trying to think of one, and a lot of people know everything about me anyway. I'm a bit of a Star Wars nerd as well. I saw the first Star Wars when I was 5, and I've loved Star Wars ever since.
I've got a good Star Wars story for you. I just read it yesterday, but learning all the time. Lucas, the studio thought it was all bullshit, so they made him take a reduced salary. He wanted about, say, $10 million or whatever. They made him take a reduced salary of $1 million, right? Which he agreed to, on the condition, ready? I'm not sure if you know this, on the condition that he can sell all the merchandise.
Yep, I know that. And
boys and girls, that's how that man made a fortune. And the movie moguls thought, oh, you can have all the plastic toys, we don't care. Right? Well, he proved them wrong. He went on to make billions.
Yep, and here's another little fun fact for you. When James Earl Jones did the voice of Darth Vader, he was paid $7,000. Is
that right?
That was
it. Wow. Here's a real fun fact, guys. I've never seen a Star Wars episode, and never will. I'm just not a science fiction person. You know, as soon as I see science fiction, off my radar it goes. You know, I'm crime. I don't know why. Maybe I'm a criminal. I'm crime, thriller, and comedy. You know, I like to laugh. So crime, thriller, and comedy, and the old good west, if you see one, they're my genre. But science fiction, nah, if it's made up. But even these action movies, I get the shits. I won't watch them because your hero has got one gun, 500 bullets. he shoots 200 people, and if he's lucky, he might get wounded in the shoulder. If he's lucky. So, you know, Michael, you've been an awesome guest. And guys, 15 minutes of fame, you can see it's like talking to a friend. And what I want you to think about, think seriously about this. It's $20,000 if you did a TV commercial. Let me tell you, what happens when the commercial comes on, people don't sit there riveted to your commercial. They jump up, they grab a beer, they go and get a hot dog, or they go to the toilet. They miss the whole darn thing. 10 radio spots on 2GB or someone like that, they'll do them for you like it did for me. but they'll play them at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, as they did for me, when people are asleep, right? Come on, 15 Minutes of Fame. It's all about you. We turn the whole thing into a fantastic mini movie. We outsource it to a videographer, does a fabulous job. And we put it on Quora, Reddit, LinkedIn, Facebook groups, and of course, YouTube. And then you, in turn, go out there and put it out. It's evergreen. Go out there and put it out anywhere and everywhere you can. And I'm proud to say, guys, a few months ago, it's been a long story now, one of my guests who listened to me 6 months after the event, he got $1 million contract with a hotel chain in Malaysia from a podcast. So that's a pretty cool backstory. So, Michael, it's been a pleasure having you on the show today, my friend. Any last words for our audience?
No, just thank you for having me on. It's been a great chat. So thank you.
Fantastic. Thanks, Michael.